I've been on cruise ships. In fact, I've been in crazy storms on cruise ships. I've been on planes. And, a lot of people get nervous. And I never get nervous unless I see the crew get nervous. Okay. I never get nervous unless I see the crew get nervous, right? Because if they're okay, I'm okay. That's my philosophy. And I never get excited unless I see the leaders get excited somewhere, okay? Because the leaders, especially somebody like me, you've been doing this for 20 years, you've been going through that, you're doing it. You've been doing it for 20 years, just like anybody who has experience with something, you're going through and you're doing the do. But when you see the leaders get really excited somewhere, it's time to pay attention. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I've been working my tissue off. I know several other of my colleagues have been, because it's time to pay attention to what's going on here at My Lead System Pro. So today's topic, I forget what I called the call. It was something like the heart or the core of attraction marketing. And Brian also said during our pre-call, you can call it what you want. It's marketing, okay? Marketing. I grew up with it before it was called attraction marketing. It was just direct response. And then our good friend Mike Dillard called it magnetic sponsoring and attraction marketing. We've had all these terms, but I've been doing this stuff since 2002. Okay. And so I want to give you some thoughts on it. And I also want to give you some observations that I had during a workshop that I was running a couple weeks ago. I did a workshop. I love to do workshops. I love to, get my hands on people. And I did a workshop, and it was a little workshop. It was like, 30, 40 people in it. Not a big thing. It wasn't like some of the courses we've done here, with hundreds of people. And it was about how to talk to people. Now, of course, everybody misinterpreted what I said, because I said the workshop's about how to talk to people. They thought I said how to talk at people. Okay. And that, my friends, is a very different thing. A lot of people come up in the industry and they think their job is to talk at and to convince people to buy their products and services and join their programs, to talk at and convince people. And if you hang out on Facebook or anywhere online, Instagram, for any period of time, 90% of the people are busy talking at people. I love when it's like, we haven't even said hello and they send me this whole biography of all this stuff about them because they're talking at me. They're not talking to me. They're not even with me. They're in their mind, busy copying and pasting or running their script about what they're supposed to say to me. Okay. And that is not marketing. That is the opposite of what we teach people to do, which is kind of pestering. Okay. Now, I have to admit that even the most sophisticated attraction marketer, we tend to jerk back into that state of trying to convince someone because it just seems to be this weird second nature that we have. So what I want to do is talk today about the actual core of this type of marketing, because when you release yourself, I have a person right now that I'm working with, and she's like, I feel so much lighter. I feel so much lighter learning these ideas that we teach here at My Lead System Pro. So the first thing about being attractive, okay, is we need to be visible. Okay, we need to be visible. It doesn't need to be super fancy. I'm like the queen of that. Go look at my Instagram sometime. It ain't pretty. It ain't fancy. I know a lot of people have all this color coordinated stuff. It's just pictures of stuff going on in my life. It's pictures of my cat and pictures of me working and pictures of the snow, because we had a lot of snow here, and I guess we're going to get a whole lot more. From what I hear, it's going to snow like every day. It's just pictures and words. It's nothing that anybody can't do. Every single one of you, if you look on your phone right now, you got a picture of your dog, your cat, your kid, whatever. But you have to be consistently visible. Same thing on Facebook. We want to be consistently visible. It doesn't have to be fancy. It could be you cooking chicken pot pie and talking about working from home. It could be pretty much anything, but you have to be consistently visible. And I know that makes a lot of folks nervous, but I want to put it in perspective for you. Which is harder, going towards people and trying to convince them of something and talking at them with scripted, copy and paste things or whatever? or standing still, right? And letting them spy you or check you out in your natural habitat, you being you. Okay. Trust me, it's a lot more fun to be visible than to chase. It's a lot more fun. So the core is you got to be visible. Okay. And that is very simple to do. It really is. And we have a lot of training about it. But if you just hang out in the community and you watch, just figure out who the leaders are and just go watch what they're up to, and they're making some fun posts and they're hanging out and they're engaging and all that good stuff. So the next core of this idea of marketing is to gather people into an environment. Okay. Now I'm old school. I've had an email list since probably 2002. Okay. When autoresponders were new and back when I was a kid. I'm biased towards email lists. But a lot of people are using Facebook groups phenomenally. People are using text lists phenomenally. It doesn't really matter. And I've even changed mine because I was always, hard pounding. You got to have a list. And by the way, we have, right in our back office or available to members, we have the List Leverage Challenge, which shows you how to set up a list. It's very, very simple. It's $1. So ask the person who invited you to the call where to get that. It's $1. And it also gets you inside the doors. If you're not a member yet, it gets you inside the doors for 30 days, comes with that. So it's pretty cool. You can, come in and check things out. But today, technologies have changed. Apps are becoming more and more viable and affordable. I'm not telling you to run and go get an app, but more people are getting apps. I know our own Lindsay Sewell has an app, one of our certified coaches and leaders. So it doesn't matter what the environment is, as long as it's an environment where you can mass communicate to the people. So it's one to many. You're able to get the word out about stuff or share your content, whatever it is you've created. And again, if you're hearing this and going, I don't know how to create anything, don't worry, we'll help you. We'll help you. But first, we become visible. Next, we invite people into an environment so we can talk to them all at once, right? And then we show them different things that might be of interest to them, offers of things that they might be interested in. It's really an incredibly simple model. Now you can make it fancy dancy, make it purple and pink and sparkly and have fancy web pages and spend a lot of money. Or you could be like me, a mom, a stay-at-home mom that puts my system together with rubber bands and duct tape. Anybody here like a duct tape king or queen? Duct tape is duct tape is the cure-all for everything, right? So, that's me. I just rubber band it together. I'm not very technical. We have incredible tools here from everybody from a beginner. In fact, we're getting even better for less technical people. Some of the things that are coming down the pike this year, I'm very excited about because I am less technical. I want things that are simple and quick. If it's going to take me too long to build something, I tend to shy away from it because I don't know whether I'm lazy or I just don't like to inflict pain upon myself. So I've learned all these ways to rig stuff up, working around tech, doing a lot of tech work. But we're coming out with things to make it easier and easier, still allowing you to look pro. And that's what I love. You're still going to look pro because some of my stuff don't look too pro. But like I said, I've been around the block and nobody seems to mind. But you're still going to look pro, but it's going to be, point, click, pretty easy stuff. And that's what I like. And we're moving more and more and more towards those types of mechanisms that make this easy for you, because we want you to put your energy in being visible, in gathering people into an environment, and then learning how to show them offers for things that they might like to buy. And that's all I've done for all these years, ever since I started to learn about attraction marketing. In the beginning, I didn't have this, and I had to walk around and just basically try to start awkward conversations with people. I see you're buying bananas. You must be health-minded. I bet you're into nutrition, that type of stuff. Or do you keep your options open? All those lines that we used for so many years, and they're great. And there's nothing wrong with them. It's just that now that we're on the internet, everybody's overlapping a little too much. Everybody's heard those lines. And really, people are looking for you. They're looking to know, can I, are you going to be around? Can I trust you? Are you somebody who's going to take care of me if I buy from you? And when you become visible and when you create an environment, again, email list, Facebook group, text list, app, doesn't matter. Some of those are free. Facebook group's free. Some of them can cost a bit of money, the apps, building an email list, the tool that we recommend here at the company, there's many tools, but it's free for the first 500 subscribers. So can you have something up and running now? Can you start gathering people now on a shoestring budget? Yeah, I did. And my accountant yells at me, Di, you got to spend some money in the business because I have like no overhead. I have no overhead. It's ridiculous, especially now that I'm not traveling. I mean, when you took away my airfare and my hotels and stuff, I have like no write-offs. I need to find something to spend money on because it costs so little to run a business with the type of volume that I do. So what I want to get at with you today, and this isn't one of my big passionate wild raving calls. You'll get one of those probably next week because next week is the Deep Abyss Mastermind that I do every month. We're calling it the Deep Inside. I don't know what we're calling it. I'm working on that stuff now, but my monthly mastermind, and you always get me passionate for the mastermind. And by the way, if you're not a member, thedeepabyss.com, I'm going to be teaching all these little tricks and all these things. And by the way, sidebar, if you want to capitalize on the thing that's coming up in 2 weeks that Brian mentioned pre the call. Brian mentioned there's some exciting things coming. Okay, and I don't know when you're hearing this, but if you're here in February 2021, if you want to capitalize on that promotion, I sure golly gee willikers would be hanging out with the #1 affiliate the week before. Okay, next Thursday night, thedeepabyss.com. So it doesn't cost a lot of money. It really doesn't even take crazy work, although I'm not going to lie to you. You have to work to get this thing going. I mean, there's no two ways about it. You have to work to get this action, this momentum going. But it doesn't take tons of time, especially once you get it running. It doesn't take a lot of money, right? You don't have to be a genius to do it. I had no sales background or anything, and you have all the support in the world here. I didn't have MLSP to teach me. I came to MLSP already a pretty successful marketer. A lot of people come in the door knowing nothing and become rock stars. That could be you. So it doesn't take a lot of money. It doesn't take an incredible amount of time. It takes time. But now that we have smartphones like everybody does, you can do it, on your breaks, on your way from here to there. There's all different ways to continue to be visible. It doesn't take a lot to offer, some great content because we have so much in our back office for you to utilize, to put into your own words, for you to share. There's so many different things that we have for you to use. Go through one of our courses and then just turn around and share what you learned or share how you did it. And it's just not that hard. Now, I'm not diminishing the work that's involved, but I think the hardest part is the changing of the mindset of talking at people and getting people to the mindset of talking with people and having them come towards you. It's the strangest sensation because what happens is we want to chase after. We want to chase and we want to get. I guess it's human instinct because, our ancestors didn't have food, didn't have this, and they had to chase an animal and they had to hunt an animal. But the smartest hunters set traps and just sat and watched. Think about it. They just set traps and then came back in the morning and picked up their dinner. They didn't chase. And when you learn these ideas and you use our tools and you start offering value, whether some of the things that we have available for you to give away, or whether you want to make your own, or maybe you're, the team that you're working with at your program or whatever has some free reports or different things. When you put that together and you give that away and you promote your environment and bring people into the environment. And now you're able to bulk email a ton of people, or bulk talk to people in a Facebook group, or bulk text people, or talk to people inside of your app, or whatever you want to use, because gosh knows there's going to be something new tomorrow. There's always something new. But the concept stays the same. The core of attraction marketing is to attract, to entertain, to engage, to keep the people with you long enough until they make the decision to buy. You might want to write this down. It's a line that my mentor gave me that I have held for all these years. Don't beg people for their money. Beg them for their time. Get them with you, keep them with you, and it's only a matter of time until they pay you. It's like clockwork. So I'm going to run over to the MLSP fan page and MLSPfanpage.com. You guys can join me. We'll have a little dissection of this. We'll break it down. You guys would love to chat about it with you. These ideas. I want you to tell me, how are you doing with, being visible? Do you feel shaky? Do you need help in that area? How are you doing with creating an environment? Do you have a Facebook group going? Are you building an email list? That's my, email list is my jam. I mean, I make all my money via email. Everybody tells me email doesn't work. It's a waste of time. I'm like, okay. And I send another email and more money pours in. I do all my recruiting via email. I do all my everything via email. Everybody's like, it doesn't work. It kind of works. A lot of people do it with Facebook groups. Awesome. How are you doing with that arena? How are you doing? How are you feeling about you and what you have to offer? Because for most people, that's the hardest work. We can help you with that. So I am going to run over to the fan page. I thank you all for being here. I'm super excited about what's coming up in a couple of weeks. You guys, I'm telling you now, I'm not, Brian knows, I don't get that excited over a lot of things. In fact, sometimes, not that I'm a negative Nelly, but sometimes I look at something and I just can see like a year from now what the end result will be of something. And I'm just kind of, I don't know. But this is a whopper. It's a winner. And I remember several years ago when we did something up this alley and we crushed it. And it was one of the biggest things I've ever seen. So you are here now. I've been here coming up on 10 years, guys. Being here now is probably the best thing that could have ever happened to you. So new members, welcome. I know there's a lot of new members. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. If you're not a member yet, get back to the person that invited you and take one of these dollar deals and you can get in the door and check everything out and come hang out with us. And if you were watching this or hearing this and you were a member before, come home, baby. It's time to come home. I'm going to be on the porch, ringing the triangle, like, chow's on, money's coming, tools are coming. Come on, kids, come on home. It's exciting times here at My Lead System Pro. So I'll see you guys over on the fan page. And again, next Thursday night, sign up now, get in now, The Deep Abyss, ABYSS.com, my mastermind. And guess what we're going to be working on next week? How to capitalize on this deal. You want to be there if you want to score. All right, I'll see you guys later. Everybody have a great day. Take care. Hey, for those of you that are watching on the stream, I'm streaming to a couple places. Thanks for listening. I see a couple of you guys. Hello, Kathy, Camille, everybody else. I'm heading over. I have to do a broadcast on the MLSPfanpage.com. You're certainly welcome to join us. If you needed information about how to come hang out for $1 for the month and learn all about everything that's going on, please hit me up. I put a link in the description. Hopefully it's there, but if not, you can reach me on any social media platform. You're watching me on one of them now. Just DM me. All right. I'll see you guys later. Take care.